न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारका नेमा विद्यतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति. Namaste. Visheshanani. Visheshana are qualifiers or adjectives. Okay. So now this word Visheshana includes in itself Sankhya, all numbers. That is the cardinal numbers, all numbers, Sankhya. Sarvanama. So all the pronouns. Saha, Sarvaha, Ubhayam, Nema, etc. All of these sarvanama, that's those pronouns, are included within the under the heading of Visheshana. Then Purana, these Purana pratyayas, right? The ordinal numbers. Saptati Tamaha, the 70th person. Navanavati Tamam Prashnam, the 99th question. Okay. So that will be the Purana Pratyayas. The TH forms, those will be the Purana Pratyayas. Even those come under Visheshana. And Gunavachakas, these are actual adjectives. Those which describe a particular noun in a non-numeric sense. Okay, these are the Gunavachakas. They also come under Visheshanas. These are pure adjectives. These are ordinals, pronouns, cardinals, and then you have a few of Krit Pratyayas. Even many of the Krit Pratyayas like Aniyar, Tavyat, Kshatrishanach, etc. These are also Visheshanas. They change, they describe a particular object. They describe a particular entity. They describe a particular Namapada. So these are Krit. Then a few of the Tadhitas are also Visheshanas. Like Paurastyaha, the Eastern, Paschatyaha, Western. These are adjectives. So they describe a particular object. So when you say the Western countries, so country is the object there. When you say Western, you're qualifying the word country by its property of being located in the West. So that will be a Tadhita. Although those are also Gunavachakas. Syntactically, these are classifications made based on the origin of these words. So the word Western in Sanskritam is Paschatya. That has originated from Tadhitas. So it is a Tadhitas are also Visheshanas. Bahuvrihi Samasas, especially in the Samasa classifications, we see a Samasa name called Bahuvrihi. Examples under Bahuvrihi are also Visheshanas. When you say Padmahastaha or Padmapadaha, Yasya Padam Padmamiva Asti, Saha Padmapadaha, अथवा Shulapanihi, Yasya Panau Shulamasti, Saha Shulapanihi. So it's an adjective. This is a complicated adjective which is describing a person who is wielding the Trishula in his hand. So the Trishul in-handed one. You can approximately say that way. So the Trishul handed one. So that will be Shulapani. This is not present in Sanskrit, in English, but we shall see about this Bahuvrihi Samasa later in the Samasa videos. Then in Chitchana Pratyayas, so these are avyayas. Chitchana Pratyayas, these are actually avyayas, which also fall under the category of Visheshana. So what is the defining characteristic of a Visheshana? Visheshanas have to follow a particular rule. What is that? Now the meaning of Visheshana itself is the which qualifies. Vishesham karoti, that which adds a new flavor of meaning to a certain object, which is used to distinguish it from any other object, is called a Visheshana. Okay, Sheshana means which makes it separate, which causes it to stand out. So Visheshana is which adds more beauty and flavor to it. The rule is that the first of all, you have to go through these two definitions. The qualified noun is called the Visheshya. Okay, Visheshya, that which is worthy of being described is called Visheshya, which is the noun. And then the qualifier adjective, so that the actual word which is describing the noun is called Visheshana. Okay, which is what we're going to discuss now. Visheshana. Now these the rule of using Visheshanas is, first of all, the Visheshya, which is the noun, should be identified, and its linga, vibhakti and vachana are to be noted. For example, in the rekha means a line is short, a short line. I want to say a short line, a line segment. So I want to say it is a short line. In that meaning, in that phrase, rekha, the line, is what? It is the Visheshya. Okay, it is what needs a description. That which is worthy of description is, or that which is capable of holding a description is called Visheshya. Okay, that is the rekha. And then the word hraswa, which means small, short, is the adjective, which is actually describing how the rekha is. Katham asti rekha. How is the rekha present? How is the line? It is short. That short word, the hraswa, is the Visheshana. Okay. So of these two, rekha and hraswa, the linga is of linga, vibhakti and vachana of rekha is to be noted. So rekha is in strilinga, prathama vibhakti, ekavachana. Now how do you know that? For that you have to go through the namapada videos of these vibhakti in whatever anta pullinga or whichever anta strilinga, napumsakalinga and all of that. You should be pakka, you should be familiar with all of them. Only then will you be able to quickly say which linga, what vibhakti and which vachana it belongs to. Then hraswa is the Visheshana. Okay, after noting that, step 2 is the Visheshana has to be derived into the same linga with the right desired pratipadika. Then into the same vibhakti and same vachana as that of Visheshya. So what you have to do is you have to choose the pratipadika appropriately. For example, for the word short, I have to choose it rightly. So the appropriate word here is hraswa, which is the pratipadika. Then I have to see the linga and match it with the hraswa. So the rekha is in strilinga. Therefore, I have to match the strilinga form of rekha to hraswa. So hraswa becomes hraswa. Like rekha, it becomes hraswa in strilinga. So the strilinga form of hraswa is hraswa. And then I have to change that hraswa, which is the new pratipadika now, into the same vibhakti and vachana. So rekha is in prathama vibhakti ekavachana, and so I have to convert the hraswa into its prathama vibhakti ekavachana, which is again hraswa. It remains as hraswa itself. So it becomes hraswa rekha, a short line segment. Hraswa rekha. Okay, did you get that? So the next one is goshu. Goshu, okay? Dridha goshu. I want to say within sturdy cows. Within sturdy cows. Within cows is goshu. Sturdy is dridha or firm. Of these two, which word is the Visheshya? Goshu, right? Because go is the actual, goshu is the actual noun, which is the cow which is being described as being sturdy and firm. So the adjective itself, the qualifier itself is Visheshana Dridha, and Goshu is the Visheshya. Now this Goshu is in which vibhakti, which linga and which vachana? Goshu is in strilinga, or pullinga, whichever. Here in this context, I want to say oxen. Okay, sturdy oxen. So I want to say in pullinga. So this is in pullinga, saptami vibhakti bahuvachana, right? Again, from the table only you can know which Vibhakti and Vachana it belongs to. Then I have to change the Pratipadika of Dridha into the Pullinga Pratipadika. What is the Pullinga counterpart of Dridha? Dridha itself in as Akaranta Pullinga form. Then I have to change this word Dridha as Akaranta Pullinga to its Saptami Vibhakti Bahuvachana. What is that? For example, when you copy it from Bala Shabda, Bala in the Saptami Bahuvachana becomes Baleshu. So Dridha becomes Dridheshu. Dridheshu. Hence, Dridheshu Goshu. Dridheshu Goshu. Within sturdy cows, or oxen. Within sturdy oxen. So please note here that all of these also follow the same rules. Every word which is put under the title of Visheshana has to follow the same rule. All adjectives, ordinals, cardinals, sarvanama, to some extent Chitchana Pratyas, the Chitchana and the Swit triad Pratyas, and participles from the Kridanta like Kta, Ktavatu, Tavyat, Aniyar, Nyat, Nyat, Kwasu, Shatri, Shanach, etc. Patronyms like Tadhitas, then Bahuvrihi Samasa, all of these follow the same rule. First of all, you have to choose the appropriate word for the qualifier from Sanskrita vocabulary. Then change that Pratipadika into the linga of the Visheshya, and then after deriving it into that certain linga, you have to derive the Vibhakti and the Vachana. However, the rule, although is prioritizing the linga first, in some circumstances the linga takes a secondary seat. It takes a back seat, whereas the vibhakti takes the priority. Okay, just remember that for all practical purposes, first derive it into the particular linga and then into the vibhakti and then the vachana. Okay, that way. One more thing that you have to note here is there are roughly two categories of gunavachakas, which means adjectives, depending on how they change in the Strilinga. Okay, the Strilinga always gives us a lot of trouble. So in the first category is where the Strilinga ends with a. Generally, these Strilinga words qualifiers can either end with a or e. Okay, generally, but there are a few exceptions where the Pratipadika itself is in some other like u, e, etc. But that is not our concern right now. So in Strilinga, it ends with a, so that is the first category in black. Then it could end with e, so that is the second one here. For example, Sundara is the meaning beautiful. The Pratipadika changes into Sundaraha in Pullinga, Sundari in Stri, and Sundaram in Napumsaka Linga. Similarly, with all of these, Kushalin becomes Kushali, Kushalini, Kushali. Ruchikaraha, Ruchikaraha, Ruchikari, Ruchikaram. Gunin, Guni, Gunini, Guni. In the black category, it is Bhasuraha, Bhasura, Bhasuram. Bhishanaha, Bhishana, Bhishanam. Priyaha, Priya, Priyam, and so on. So the only thing you have to remember is this certain Pratipadika, into which category does it fall? Does it fall into the black category where its Strilinga counterpart is a, or does it fall into the e category? That is about the gunavachakas, the adjectives. So here are some examples for you to work upon. Visheshanani, qualifiers. How does it go? All verb, adjectives, adverbs, and cardinal ordinal sets are put under the tag of Visheshanani. The syntax is the Visheshanas, Vibhakti, Vachana, and Linga must correspond to the noun. That is the object of the word being described, which is the Visheshya. So this is the shorthand rule, which is what we discussed right now. Visheshanas, Vibhakti, Vachana, and Linga must correspond to the same noun which it is describing. For example, Griha is the Visheshya. I want to describe a house as being expansive, as being vast. Vishala. So that becomes the Visheshana. Okay. Therefore, I have to first of all note the Grihas, Vibhakti, Vachana, and Linga. So Grihe, for example, I want to say Griheshu. So this griheshu is in Napumsakalinga, Saptami Vibhakti, Bahuvachana. Hence, I have to derive this Vishala Shabda into, first of all, the Napumsakalinga, which it remains as Vishala. And then in the Saptami Vibhakti, it becomes Vishale. And Bahuvachana, it becomes Vishaleshu. Okay. So finally, it becomes Vishaleshu Griheshu. Vishaleshu Griheshu. Similarly, you have Lata, means creeper. So that is Visheshya. I want to qualify it with as being long, extended. So that is Dirgha. That becomes the Visheshana. So now tell me what should be filled into the blank. Latabhihi. Latabhihi is the usage. In Strilinga, Tritiya Vibhakti, Bahuvachana. This being the Visheshya, and after noting down its parameters, I have to change the Visheshana, which is Dirgha, into the Strilinga. It becomes Dirgha, and then into the Tritiya Vibhakti, it becomes Dirghaya, and then into the Bahuvachana, it becomes Dirghabhihi. Right? Now, how did it change it into Dirgha, Dirghaya, Dirghabhihi? You have to note it from the previous videos of Namapadas. It is the Akaranta Strilinga Namapada. So you have to note it from the table. So it becomes Dirghabhihi Latabhihi. Okay, you get that? Dirghabhihi Latabhihi. And Purana Pratyas, as was discussed in another video, is also put under the Visheshana category. So they also follow the same thing. Watch the Purana Pratyaya videos for more information on that. Now these are cardinals. Eka, Dve, three. All of these, Chatur, Pancha, Shata, Sapta, Ashta, Navadasha. All numbers are also put under Visheshanas. But up to Ekam, Dve, Trini, Ekam, Dve, Trini, Chatvari, you get different forms for different lingas, right? This was already discussed in the Sankhya playlist. You get different forms for different lingas. Okay, note that for lingas, and they have a fixed vachana sometimes, and the pratipadhikas also change accordingly. From 5 onwards, they have the same linga. That is, they have the same form for every linga. For be it Pullinga, Strilinga, or Napumsakalinga, they do not change their form. So it goes from 5 to 19. Okay, Sapancha, the not Shat, Navan, Dashan, Ekadashan, Dvadashan, Triyodashan, Chaturashan, Panchadashan, Shodashan, Saptadashan, Ashtadashan, Navadashan, up to 19, they follow the same rule as 5 does. 6 has a different form, but again put under same category as 5. It does not change in any linga. It has the same form throughout. So Shat, Shadbhihi, Shadbhya, and so on. In the sub. Now these are changes in the 7 vibhaktis. Okay, note that. Same thing for Ashtan. Saptan also forms same forms like Panchan. So Ashtan also goes away that way. But for Vimshati, that is for 20, and whichever ends with Tihi or Tihi, Vimshati, Ekavimshati, Dvavimshati, Trayovimshati, Chaturvimshati, etc. Shashti, Saptati, Ashiti, Navati, Koti, all of these follow Vimshati. In that they have a fixed vachana. Okay, they have a fixed vachana. They are a Nitya Strilinga. So you can't change the Strilinga, the Linga part, according to the Visheshya here. So if the Visheshya be a man, so if there are 20 men, men is Naraha. Naraha is in Pullinga. Okay. So how do I say 20 men went to a party? Vimshatihi Naraha. Okay. Be careful. Don't change it into some other linga because it has a fixed linga, Niyata linga. Therefore, you can't change the linga for this pratipadika. For the rest, you could change. For example, Hraswa, Sundara, etc. They change into different forms according to their lingas. But these are Nitya, Niyata lingas. They have a fixed linga, so you can't change their lingas. So how will you say 20 men went to a party? Vimshatihi naraha समारोहम अगच्छन्. समारोहम अगच्छन् अथवा उल्लसिनीम अगच्छन्. Can use ullasini for a party. How will you say he distributed sweets to 20 men? How will that be? So narebhyaha vimshatyai narebhyaha, right? The vachana does not match here. Narebhyaha is in bahuvachana, vimshatyai is in ekavachana. Still, since vimshati being the pratipadika has a fixed vachana as well as a fixed linga, you can't change anything about it. So you will have to violate the rule, and it is still allowed. Okay, although you are violating the rule of visheshanas, if you can match the vibhaktis, Panini and the others are happy. Okay. Same thing with Trimshat also. It has a Nitya Ekavachana and a Nitya Strilinga. You can't do anything about it. You can only change it through into the Vibhaktis. Shatam is again always in the Napumsaka Linga in Ekavachana. Sometimes can also be derived into Bahuvachanas also, depending if you are saying 100 groups. So you can say Shatani Ganaha. So 100 groups. And so on. So all of these numbers, not just the ordinals, but also cardinals are put under Visheshanas. Hence, you have to use the particular form for a particular Visheshya. So if I want to say a peacock, one peacock, peacock is Mayuraha, and that is, so what is the Pratipadika for one? It is Eka. And what is the Pullinga form? Because Mayuraha is in Pullinga, peacock in Pullinga. You have to derive this Eka, the Pratipadika Eka, into its Pullinga form. And then I'm just saying Mayuraha, a peacock dances in the first case. So I have to choose the first case. And Vachanato it is already fixed. It is in Eka Vachana itself. So Ekaha Mayuraha Nrityati. Ekaha Mayuraha Nrityati. If it was Simhi, if it was a lioness, and if I wanted to say the hunter shot the lioness, shot a lioness, one lioness. So that will be in the second case, accusative case. So ekam vyagrim athava simhim, ekam simhim nishadaha amarayat. Nishadaha is a hunter. Nishadaha amarayat. Okay, so it will be ekam. It will not be ekam because simhi is in strilinga. Always go according to the rule. Follow the rule properly. First follow the pratipadika, then the linga, then the vibhakti, and then finally the vachana. Go in that order. Okay, and this applies to every ordinal or cardinal numbers. In the next class, we shall see about Sankhya Prayoga. धन्यवादः.